I wish I knew this when I moved away. It would have saved me a lot of stress. If you're thinking of moving away to another country and you're a little stressed, here's what I wish I knew before I moved away. You don't need as much money as you think you need. Now, I was thinking in my head, thinking I had to get to X amount of money. If I didn't get to that amount of money, then I wouldn't be able to afford this. And you start over planning what you're going to be needing and buying in the future and stuff like that. But pick an amount, and once you've got to that amount, then just leave. You know, everyone has different situations. Some people have a family they've got to bring with them. Some people are going on their own. Depends which country you're moving to. But I think I went traveling in 2014 with £3,000, which isn't a lot of money. And I went to Asia for 6-7 months with that. Try not to overthink it. Decide where you want to move to, book those flights, and that's it. You're doing it then. You start to tell people, you get in that mindset of you're leaving, you get excited, but you don't need to overthink other things about what it's going to be like when you get there. You just need to concentrate on picking that day and sticking to that day, saying you're going to book the flights next year, all that sort of stuff. If you want to do it, don't overthink it. Just go for it. Making friends is easier than you think. If you're going to move to a new country, if you're a single person traveling on your own or maybe with a friend, is always stay in hostels, because hostels are not always like what you think they're going to be like. They're quite community oriented. There's activities going on to get you all together, to meet people. You usually have a communal meeting area. I think I was in a hostel in Bangkok on the first day or first week that I went traveling, and I ended up meeting someone that I traveled a lot of the trip with. So, I mean, you never know who you're going to meet. If you start staying in hotels because you're like, well, I've got a little bit more money, then you're going to be around a different type of person that's maybe not in that sort of living abroad, traveling. They're going to be more of on a holiday. So my advice is to stay in hostels. You can always pay to have your own room if you want to occasionally. Sharing with people builds skills to be able to communicate with people. Obviously, there's going to be cultural differences in food. You know, I moved from Australia, which is an early morning place, to Berlin, which is definitely not a morning place. Those were different things. I couldn't get a good coffee before 9 a.m. But you get used to these things and you eventually find where to get a good coffee, or the food is quite nice and all this sort of stuff. So these things take time. So if you are thinking of going to live abroad, what is your biggest worry? Drop it in the comments and I'll try and answer it for you.